All right, guys, we're getting there. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Mark?
All right, 1 second, guys. Sorry about this, guys. Little hiccup here.
So this is a regular Google Hangout. It's not a webinar. It's on air, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a regular Google Hangout. It looks like Google literally just made an update because it's not working properly. So.
Technology is great, well, as long as it works right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, we're just gonna see who gets on here, and there is also, I posted it in the group, the video, so if people can hop on, they can at least watch it there. So let me make sure that's working okay, and then we'll get going here. Okay, yeah, that's working there. Okay, good. All right, guys, how we doing? How we doing? Everybody good?
Good.
Right.
Doing awesome.
Awesome. Good, good, good. So this is our first official hangout, and we'll probably do at least one more. So how's everybody doing? You getting ready for Christmas or what? Everybody doing their thing, you know?
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't bought a present yet.
Haven't bought any presents yet, huh?
I haven't started any shopping at all. I'm the worst at that.
Yeah, I usually am. My wife's pretty good about kicking me in the butt, though, and getting me out there to do it. So. But anyway, well, good to have you guys on. And there's no set format for this. This is basically just some little masterminding, some coaching, help you guys out, answer some questions, see where you guys are, and see what we can do. You know, just sometimes it's easier to talk than go through and try and explain it on a post. And I think that a lot comes out of just talking about it and masterminding about it. So this will give you a little bit of extra help to get over maybe those little things that you need. So who wants to kick it off? Who has a question that wants to knock this baby out of the park? Get rocking with it.
Wow, a lot of us.
Well, I have to pick up my daughter in 45 minutes, so I guess I should probably...
Okay, Tara's number one. Go ahead.
I was hoping to get some help with my USP for my webinar.
Okay.
Because I don't really know, because, I'm doing the weight loss thing. So my plan is to give, explain why people usually fail, for succeeding, and, all the different aspects that come together to make success and to keep you going. But then also, the main reason that I have maintained my fitness for this long is just because my mindset changed. So that's what I'm going to kind of use as, the secret to,
Okay.
What
are some things that you think that they could actually come to the webinar and leave with and feel like they got something really good out of it? Maybe there's the top 3 things you need to know why people fail with regular diets or something like that.
Yeah, that would be good. See, and one of the things I was leading with was how I lost 10% of my body weight and have kept it off for a year, something like that. But then, I was trying to come up with the second half of what will draw them in to get, that they know they're getting. So I would, that's the thing.
That'd be where I'd focus. Focus on
something.
The typical things that are pain points. For instance, if people are, if you know the top 3 to 5 things of why people fail when it comes to dieting, or highlight those, and so what you can do is relate it around. So in other words, you could say, let's see, let me think here. The top 5 ways, or the top 5 reasons most people fail with traditional dieting, and how I followed this simple blueprint to reduce my body, my body mass or body fat?
Body fat, yeah.
Body fat by 10%. Hello. Using a simple thing. Hey, you. Welcome.
I told her to get dressed, so she had to put a princess dress on.
The beauties of working from home. That's what it's all about. So,
all right.
But does that make sense? So
yeah.
you hit on the things that people know don't work,
right.
or they've struggled in, and then you bring it around with, and how by knowing this, I was able to accomplish that. I was able to avoid it and accomplish this. Okay. So that's a way you can kind of craft it a little bit.
So should I probably start with my presentation and figure out where I can pull that list type thing from, and then
personally, I like to put the webinar together first with all the bullet points,
and then
put my presentation together, because it not only am I putting the webinar together, but it's also serving as like an outline for me.
Right. Okay.
Awesome. So that way, it helps you put it together, and you can always go back and refine it if you feel it. But I think it's good to it's kind of like put the webinar together / outline brainstorming session. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes I'm like, well, I want to train on this. Let's figure out what I want to do. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the webinar. Now I start promoting it, and I'm like, okay, now I need to put the presentation together. Boom. What am I going to share?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if we do our webinar after Tuesday, can we still get points? Because I feel like I need more.
Here's what I was going to tell you guys, and we'll send an email out, because the holidays, I know everybody's got a lot going on. We'll give you an extra week, because I know there's some preparation going on. So I'm going to take a little bit of pressure off you and give you that extra 10 points. So a week from Tuesday. So that'll give you an extra week.
I can definitely. So yeah.
Cool. So that'll help you. I know I'm crazy busy right now too. So
it's mainly that I want to have enough time to promote it. That I don't want to be 2 days out. Yeah. Especially over the weekend. Promoting over the weekend, and I feel like I need the weekdays to promote.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Other than that.
That works. Just make sure you set it up. Do you have Aweber, right?
Yes, I have Aweber, and which I just set. Oh, I had a question about that too, but I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I started my webinar on air account.
Okay.
And yeah, so I can get started on that.
Okay.
But, I was wondering because I have this opt-in for people to do the 5-day challenge in their inbox, where the post just gets sent to them every day.
Okay.
Would you send, is there a way to eventually integrate them into your regular list, or do you have to ask them to opt in again? Or do you just send broadcasts, copy and paste to every list,
You mean if you have do you have several lists inside of Aweber?
I have my regular opt-in, so if someone wants to opt in but they don't want the 5-day challenge in their email inbox, then they have my regular opt-in. But then I have the 5-day challenge where it's set up to send the 6 emails out in a series.
You'd have to just ask them to opt in again, or you can add them to it, but it's going to send them a double opt-in to them. They'll have to double opt in, which is fine.
Yeah.
So you can physically add them, but they'll ask you, when you go to import it, they'll ask you, do these people know you're going to add them to this list? So at the end, you may just want to send them to one of the forums to put them on the list, and just say, look, there's steps that I'm going to be sending out to you. Make sure you go here and sign up.
All right.
That's probably the easiest way, I think. That way it's legit and there's no issue there. So. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. I think I'm all good then.
Yeah, awesome.
I love the talking though, because after we talked on the webinar on Tuesday, that's actually when it finally came to me how I would set up my webinar without it just being a opportunity presentation. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself so that you don't have to hear my daughter singing.
No, it's all good. That's what it's about. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. The webinar's a lot of fun. So,
Yeah.
but all right, so who's next? Who's next? Who wants to go?
This is
All right,
quick.
we'll go with Faith. What's up, Faith?
Hi everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you. You're good.
Okay. I'm a little jerky. I had signed up with a company called Ubly. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my 30 days of autoresponder messages and you know the ebook and everything. I think I overpaid for that program, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But that happens. I started using Aweber on my blog, and I'm thinking, and from what we can tell, we're somewhat limited with the Ubly, where I can't go beyond 30 days of messages because I want to start adding video content in and tutorials and just valuable content, and it's like it's a limited, you know, system, I think. And so basically you answered the question, I guess, is I would have to maybe send them an email through that system and say, if you would like to be on my master list, go here. Is that probably pretty much what I need to do?
Yeah, what I would do, though, is if you're going to send a message to them, so they're on a list through Doobly, is that what it is?
Through Ubly, yeah.
Yeah. What you would have to do is, because what happens is nobody wants to be on another email list. Let's just be honest.
Right.
You know, nobody wants to be.
Intimidated.
It's like people are like, oh my gosh, another email list, right? So the way I would position it is you'd have to find something of value that would want to make them opt in. Maybe what you could do is you have put together like some video-based content, like you said, and come up with like maybe a 5 to 7 day video thing that will help them in marketing their business, okay? And then you could line that up in some autoresponders and use that as a way to send them and say, look, number one, welcome to the team, but I wanted to send this over to you. I've put together for you, you know, a 7-day video boot camp where I talk to you about how we can help you start marketing your business. Now that's a lot more enticing, right?
Yeah, no one wants to be added to another list. I love it.
Exactly.
Video boot camp, I like that.
Yeah, you have to give them a reason to want to, because it's like, if it's just like, hey, join my list, people are like, hey, no. You know?
I joined your list the first time. Why
to.
are you asking me a second time? Yeah.
Right. So you got to give people a reason to.
I just wanted to say bye real quick. Someone posted on the group that they're trying to get on, but there's already 10 of us. So I already had my questions answered. I'll just go watch and let him jump on.
Okay, cool. No problem. Thanks,
Bye,
Tara. You're awesome.
Bye.
Later. All right. So cool. But yeah, I mean that's essentially what it is. So you always have to remember, like, one of the biggest keys in marketing is, like we talked about, it's always about them. It's always about them. And you know, we weave in our own story and we tell our own story, but we always have to bring it back to them, because a lot of times you'll be telling your story and people are like, okay, I don't give a crap about your story. How am I going to make my story? That's what they always care about.
I want my story. It's like a friend of mine said, you know, you can only get so excited about my check.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so you got to find that balance, because you want to be able to tell your story, but you relate it in a way that makes them feel like they can do it too. You know.
Yep. That's rather than the woe is me thing. So I totally got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Cool.
Awesome. All right, who's up? Who's up? I think Gloria's up. She's waiting.
Okay.
I can see it.
Okay. A couple questions. Should we be posting our webinar information in the group so people could come?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I absolutely. I think you guys should do that to help each other out, and if I can hop on some of them, I will too.
Okay.
Just so you guys can start getting the feel for how to do them. Promote them on your own. Definitely put them on your page. Invite people over to it. You know, but yeah, post them in the group, and you know, we can also go through and critique them and do all that, and you know, that'll really help. So.
Okay. Okay, that was one question. The other one, I'm planning to do a hangout. I kind of know how to do hangouts, and I think I can like set it ahead of time. I'm planning to do it Saturday. because I feel a lot of people will be home from work and around on Saturday morning.
Try it.
And maybe not yet going out shopping, so I can do that.
Yeah.
I guess then I just go to my profile page and create the invite people to the Hangout through that.
Yeah, if you're doing it through webinars on air, you should be able to. I was having a little hang up here with it. You should be able to get people in, and with webinars on air, you have the whole webinar style deal there, and just do it through that, and you should be okay unless there's if Google did just make an update, it could be me screwing something up, which is entirely possible.
Well, I'll try to do a short one before,
yeah,
just to see if it's anything different. Like, so I'll just do something tomorrow morning and see what happens.
Yeah, and they're pretty fast. They're pretty fast when they notice a change that they'll get a video out to everybody or explanation. So unfortunately, sometimes when Google makes changes, it's not like they announce it. Hey, we're gonna change this. So they don't really care. It's like. So, but
it's free.
Yeah, it's free. What are you gonna do? So, but anyway, yeah. So, yeah, try it on Saturday. Absolutely. I mean, I've never done a Saturday webinar, but I don't see any reason why people wouldn't want to come. Some people Saturday on the weekends is the best time. So. Yeah,
at least morning in the in my area, which is the Pacific Coast.
Yeah. The one day I would absolutely avoid, like the plague, is Fridays. Okay, I would not even attempt to do a webinar on a Friday because, when I send out emails on Fridays, it's like the lowest open rate, lowest click-through rate. Why? Because people are, and I've tested it thoroughly. It's because people are in that it's Friday mode, and the weekend's here and it's time to party. The highest days for good marketing and webinars is like really Monday through Thursday, because majority of people hate Mondays, and that's when they're thinking, oh gosh, I got to get out of this stupid job. What am I going to do? Tuesday they feel the same way. Wednesday is like really the highest traffic day because people are in the middle of the week. They're like in the middle of what they hate, and so people are like, I'm not joking you, on my blog I watch the traffic go like this. Okay, so it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's just like a big wave, and it goes like this. I'm not joking. I've seen the traffic stats, and it's like that. And Wednesdays are always the biggest traffic day. So Tuesday to Wednesday is typically a good time, and you can do during the day webinars too. People will show up.
Yeah. Well, I love to do them during the day, but I'm thinking of also people who are working and can't do them during the day. I prefer during the day.
Yeah. Absolutely, and you can do that too. So the biggest thing is that you have to test it, and when I first did my first daytime webinar, I was like, holy cow, I can't believe how many people are coming, and I was kind of blown away because I was always doing evening webinars, and I haven't done a lot of daytime. I have a couple plans to do some daytime ones coming up, so.
Good for me.
Yeah, we're going to be doing something really cool in January with some JV partners. So, but so just test it out, see what works for you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what's up? Who's next? All right, go for it, buddy. It's all you, man.
All right. So I'm putting a traction marketing formula on the front end.
Yeah.
Of what I'm doing. So
I saw your message, by the way. I just haven't been able to get back to you yet. So.
No, it's all right. Yeah. And I'm also doing like a 7-day video boot camp. So I was thinking I'm also going to start a wake up call. Thanks to you, I'm going to start a wake up call for network marketers actually. And also put a private Facebook group. But I was thinking, if it were you, like in the question that you saw that I asked, would you just go on some tips and benefits from a traction marketing formula, and then lead in at the end with my bonuses and everything?
Right. Here's what I would do, and if I think I understand it, if you're marketing the attraction marketing formula, I don't know it. I haven't actually gone through that, how they do it. But if they have like their own funnel set up for it already, I wouldn't add anything to it personally. What I would do is if you are doing your own boot camp, set that up as its own separate thing for like a lead bait. You know, as far as unless you're going to offer something as a bonus for people that buy it from you. You know, but is that what you mean? Like, are you talking about driving traffic into their funnel? The funnel that's already set up?
Well, I'm driving traffic into their funnel, but also in the program that I don't want to name the program, I don't know, but anyway, but the program that's listing it, that they do have a funnel and everything for it, but I just wanted to put like my own personal touch, like, hey, if you sign up for the 10, because Fernie is giving away like a 10-day boot camp.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put like, hey, if you sign up for this 10-day boot camp, I'm also going to throw you these personal bonuses as well.
Okay.
You know,
yeah, then
I
think that would be okay. Like if they sign up for the trial and you want to give them some bonuses for that, absolutely. I think that's good. I think it's good. I've done it and I still do it, and I'm kind of working on a project right now that's gonna offer that. So I think that's a good way to go. You know, but you know, you tell them as soon as you get signed up or you get their information, call them up and say, look, I put this together. I'm giving you this as well as a bonus. You know, just to go through and you know, because you signed up for the test drive or whatever.
So if I was gonna do a webinar and I was hosting those as bonuses, would you just go on like tips and tricks of the attraction marketing formula and try to maybe you know, get people to get on the trial and then say, oh, if you also get on the trial, you know, you get these bonuses as well?
Yeah, I mean, what I would do is, you know, if they're already going through and they're going to sign up based on the funnel that they have, you could just give bonuses, your own bonuses, as an encouragement to them, if that's what you're getting at. But I think just take whatever you've put together, and if you want to offer them bonuses, just tell them I'm going to stack this on top of it to give you some added value to go on the trial, you know.
Yeah, the last thing was that I know he does like a 50% half off for like the first hour or something. That's why I wanted to really put it like get that urgency. You know, if you jump in right here, or maybe do like, hey, you're gonna get these bonuses, but also like if you sign up, we could get like a 15-minute coaching call or something like that. I don't know.
Throw in a coaching call too. People love that. People love that. I'm telling you right now, like, you know, the best thing you can ever give to somebody is a little bit of time. You know, you don't want to give too much away because people will abuse you to no end. You know, and so you got to be very protective of your time. I know I am. But you have to be protective of it. You don't want to, you know, bring somebody in and enable them. You know, the biggest thing that's it's really crucial when you're working with people is you have to be very careful not to enable people. You don't want them to become reliant on you. That you want them to become their own, you know, entity, so to speak, where they can you helping them become resourceful and things like that. So just be careful that you don't let people suck your time so dry that you can't put any focus anywhere else because you're too busy, you know, helping them. You know what I mean? Because you're only one person, you can only do so much. You know, it may be that you start doing something similar to what we're doing. You know, start doing a weekly hangout with the people that join you. You know, hey, join me over here, or you know, get with me. We're gonna do a weekly mastermind. You know. You know, Google Hangouts, obviously, these are the best thing. I mean, it's like right now we're sitting in the same room together. We're just chilling and, you know, and that's the benefit of these.
It's only 10 people allowed, right? Like on but now webinars on air, when it's 25 people, you can still have the same layout, like with 10 people come on, or no?
Yeah, only 10 people. You just have to cycle people in and out, you know. Okay. So that's the biggest thing.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Yeah, you rock, buddy. All right, so who's next here? Let's see. What's up, Craig?
How we doing, guys?
Good.
I got a couple of notes here, or questions that I wanted to ask you. Sure. First off, I want to, shoot my appreciation over to you. I've been doing, you know, these little videos, and when I first started doing them, it was taking me 4 or 5 takes at them. I shot a little video today outside. First time, rewound it, watched it, and said, "Hey, that works." You know, so getting better. Yeah. practice. But one of my questions is, I've got a YouTube channel, but it's like crickets over there. Yeah. There's nothing in it except for a few that I did many, many, many months ago, and I looked at a couple and said, oh my God, why are those up there? Yeah. Should I delete those? And these little practice ones that we've been doing, I've been putting them on my fan page and sending them over to our group. Yeah. Should we be sticking those into YouTube, even though we don't have SEO attached to them and all that, or?
Absolutely. Do it. I haven't even been doing that, but you can. And I've actually was thinking just the other day, I'm like, you know what? I should be putting these on YouTube as well, because it's another place where people can potentially find you. If you do a little bit of basic SEO on it, it's certainly going to help you. Each one of you guys should have access to the video traffic formula course that I did, which is like a scrunched down version of Tube Traffic Mojo, for those of you guys that know it. And it's just like breaks it down to the bare bones essentials and gives you that info. But go through that. That'll help you do like some basic SEO on those videos, so that if they do show up in searches just on their own, you can get some additional traffic there as well. So I recommend, if you want to do that, do it.
Okay. Sure. And I'm behind on my videos. I had that little grandbaby born 8 days ago, and it's kind of taking up some time. But
oh man, that's no excuse. No.
I know. But
a new baby, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. But anyway, one of my problems is that I can talk forever. Yeah. And when I get on a video, I know it's only going to be 2 minutes. I get done doing it, looking at it, and it's at 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going, oh my God. Okay, so do you have any hints or tips to try to cut that time down? And my tag-along question on that, should a regular video ad lengthwise be the same as one that you're shooting for an ad for a webinar coming up, or are those okay to be a little longer, or what?
Yeah, I think the ones that are okay to be a little longer are when you're doing like tutorial type videos, like maybe you're doing like a screen share, you're showing people how to do something. Typically those are a little bit okay to be a little bit longer. People are willing to stick in for those. But I think the shorter you can be, the better. And the best tip I can give you to being shorter is to work on just getting to the point quicker, and learning how to get the point across quickly, because I tend to be very long-winded as well. And it works great for me at times because I'm very good at explaining stuff and keeping it simple, helping people to understand it. But there's also those times where in a video I get long-winded, and here I am at 5 minutes. I'm like, oh Lord, I need to redo that, because I need to try and I tend to get long-winded, so I have to shrink it down some. So I would just suggest make sure you have a specific point you want to hit on and try and get to it fairly quickly, but still keep some of those essential elements in there that we talk about in the course, so that it, because those are essential. Some of the things that I talk about are essential, but it's just through practice where you get better. And because the goal is, if you get too long-winded, people are going to be like, and you don't want that. You want people to stick in there and give it. So just keep practicing. It's the best thing I can tell you.
Good.
Keep practicing.
Also, get your bullet points down ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that you know exactly where you're wanting to go, and if you check them from time to time. If you're getting sidetracked, it'll get you back on track, and you know exactly what you want to cover, and go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Good.
Cindy, that's a burly tractor you got in the background there.
Oh, is my bush hog showing?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I live on a farm. That's why I'm dressed the way I am today. So.
Hey, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive one of those things around.
Well, it doesn't have brakes, so I don't drive it anymore.
There you go.
You have to put it in reverse to stop it, and it's like, okay, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But it costs too much to fix the brakes, so
oh, jeez.
Everybody else is used to it.
Yeah, there you go. I just have to pull off the gas about 400 feet before I actually want to stop.
No, you put it in reverse.
Oh,
and because of the hydraulics and stuff, it works to put it in reverse to stop it. So.
Wow.
But no, it makes me too nervous. I'll stick with the slow tractor.
There you go. So cool. So yeah, I hope that helps you, Craig.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, who we got here? What's up, Bill? How are you, man? Oh, I think you're muted there. Yeah, go up top. There you go. You just unmuted.
Hey.
All right, we got you now. There you go.
Okay. This is my first webinar to be on with you, so I'm basically catching up with everything.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Have you gone through the course at all?
Well, I was in the first course. I signed up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were in the first wave we did. Initial.
I haven't had time to finish all that. You gave me so much stuff to go through.
Yeah.
I just haven't had time to get all of it done yet.
It's just systematic, you know. It is a lot. That's why I tried to make it, you know, the course itself very systematic. But if you just do a little bit at a time, implement, you know, and go from there, you'll get there, bud. You'll get there.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, so yeah, we can do some more questions. I think we have some people viewing too. If any of you guys want to come out, let me see if I think we have a couple more spots on here. I don't know if anybody else wants to come out, but do you guys have any more questions? I mean, guys, we're here. We got time. If you guys have more questions, ask them. This is all for you. So
I'm going to throw this out there. What I'm going to be doing, I set up an event on my business page for Monday evening at 7:30 Mountain Time. Yeah. And I'm going to cover LinkedIn. And, you know, I've learned, I love Jessica Higdon's system, and I've also been working with Terry Grimaud.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce his name correctly?
I think so. I love Terry.
I love him. He's a doll. He's such a doll.
We hung out at Mastermind like a month ago at Ray's Mastermind, and we just had a blast. I mean, we were just laughing. I mean, it's like with that guy, all you can do is laugh all the time, you know? So it's fun.
He's so true blue. He's like you, very transparent, very real, and just loves helping people. Anyway, I took his recruitathon.
Yeah.
Where I spent literally, my girlfriend who came down from Seattle, who's also part of my business, we spent 9 hours with Terry, if you can imagine that.
Wow.
9 hours. We took a couple little quick food breaks, but anyway, he's really adapted Jessica's system to LinkedIn, and I really like it. Because I've never been able to get my mind around LinkedIn. You know, I've been involved with the groups, and you know, I've got a nice profile, and I got about 3,000 connections on there, but I just really haven't utilized it. And taking Jessica's system and adapting it to LinkedIn, so that's what I'm going to do.
Cool.
So I sort of my whole thing is haven't been able to wrap your mind around LinkedIn.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to help you systematically connect with a virtually unending number of people. I already did a video tutorial on this, and it took me about 17, 18 minutes. So I figure I'll just do like 20 minutes and then Q&A. Do you have any other suggestions?
Yeah. What I would do is just, you know, give them like the basics of it. Talk a little bit about LinkedIn, because here's what I would do is talk about why LinkedIn, okay? You know, like if I'm doing, when a few years ago, I was doing stuff on Facebook before, you know, I've been around on Facebook since like, I don't know, 2008. I mean, it's been a long time. And when Facebook PPC wasn't even popular, I mean, I remember when nobody was using Facebook PPC, and as a matter of fact, everybody was like, it sucks, it doesn't work, it's horrible, and it was like, you know, that was when nobody was using it. So, you know, when I was doing like some boot camp type stuff, like traditional like networking on Facebook, and I did a boot camp for it, and it was all about, but I had to sell people on why Facebook, you know, and I would give some stats. Well, you know, like LinkedIn, there's more business professionals there. You know, why would you even want to consider it when most
of you larger networks, they understand what it's like to be in business.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to make sure you point that out because, yes, there are some people that are on LinkedIn, but, you know, I mean, the crowd I'm usually with is around Facebook. And so if I did that, you know, it would be like, why LinkedIn? And so you really want to make sure that you're clear on that. You know?
Because a lot of people are like, oh, no, not another platform. I've got to learn and, you know, do all that. And so that there's a stress level with that. Yeah. So I definitely want to address that, address the benefits of LinkedIn, why it would be a better use and better way of leveraging your time.
Here's a way to position it.
Okay.
Go where hardly anybody else. Use an untapped strategy. Okay.
Untapped strategy.
Yeah, like an untapped resource, an untapped gold mine. You know, those types of words really connect because, you know, when about a year ago, a buddy of mine, Frank and I, we launched a course called Sound Traffic Mojo, and it was about utilizing SoundCloud, you know, to rank SoundCloud pages. And when we launched it, that was kind of our verbiage was it's an untapped strategy, nobody's doing it. It's, you know, and I'm telling you, it was a paid training that we did, and we had like a lot of people sign up for the training. But it was because nobody was doing it. And not a lot of people in our space are using LinkedIn. At least I don't think so. I don't hear people talking about it a lot.
You know, I wasn't planning on charging for this, so that's the other thing, the monetization aspect.
Yeah.
I am going to give the complete strategy, you know, for this.
Yeah.
Build the why, which I think I love your angle on that. I love the positioning. Yeah. But I'm also an affiliate of Jessica Higdon's, you know, local prospecting formula that is going to be re-released, I think, in the new year because she just contacted me on Facebook about it being re-released. Should I, like, say, hey, click on this link to be on the list to get access to, like, the full meal deal, so to speak?
You could. Here's what I would do personally. In terms of monetization, I wouldn't start charging for webinars. This is just my personal opinion. Some people might think differently. I say do a couple free ones. Get your mojo on a little bit. You know, figure out how to do it. Get comfortable in the doing of a webinar. And then once you feel like you've got it down and you've got some presentation down, then you can start to really put together a kick butt thing where you could start charging. You know, charge $7 or $17 or $27 to get on it. You know,
17 or I think 17 seems to be a pretty popular number I've seen out there. The other thing I didn't do on my tutorial that I did on LinkedIn is I didn't use my PowerPoint like Keynote because I'm on a Mac.
Yeah.
So I will. I'll add a few, PowerPoints in there just to really drive home why LinkedIn and the positioning of it. In addition to doing the, showing them how to do the strategy.
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to ask you about real quick. I don't want to take a lot of time here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
And I started going through your video tutorials, or at least the one specifically on YouTube SEO. Mm-hmm. And I know you have a software program that you use to leverage your time in terms of keyword phrases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my husband, I'm going, well, I need to get parallels so I can run this thing. And my husband's going, you don't have enough memory, RAM for it. So, I mean, what would you suggest? It's my computer's 3 years old. I've got the newest operating system. How would I best get access to that software that is for PCs, but I've got a Mac?
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but there's not much you can do. Unfortunately, I kind of have a connection with the guy that built the software, and I ought to send him a message and be like, dude, come on, get with the program, man.
Help us Mac people out there.
Yeah, really what I would like to see him do is put it in at least like an Adobe Air application. At least that's compatible with both PC and Mac. But unfortunately, right now that's all they have. So, you just maybe, you know what? Maybe the simplest thing to do is go buy yourself a $200-300, laptop, PC or whatever, and just run that software on it.
And have it just dedicated to that separate computer.
Yeah, and any little PC applications. That might be the best way to go, because Parallels, honestly, it will bog your. If you don't have a lot of memory, it'll bog your computer down.
Yeah, because well, your operating system takes up so much space, and you've got all this stuff, and you'd have to turn everything off and then put this on, and so it sounds like it's easier to just get a cheap computer and put it on there.
Just get a cheap one and put it on there. It's an extra expense, but it might be good for down the line, because there are programs out there that only have a PC.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Thank you.
I run Parallels on mine, but I have an iMac with 32 gigabyte of memory on it. So it's pretty. Gig? Yeah, and a terabyte hard drive. So I've got a lot of space on there, but for on a MacBook, a lot of people might not have that. So.
Okay. So. Well, I have a MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Is that different than what you have?
Yeah, I have I have a MacBook Pro too, but I have mine's a desktop right now that I'm on.
Oh, okay. So. Got it. Okay, just wanted to get clear. Okay, that's all I need. I don't want to take any more time.
Yeah, no problem.
A couple of suggestions, though, to follow up with, what do you do after or what do you lead into, is you can offer some coaching, or you could put yourself together a 3-part video training on LinkedIn and offer that as a way to get people to follow up with you some more.
Yeah.
So when you say offer a 3-part video training, are you talking about a free offer or potentially a paid one?
That's up to you, but if you are just trying to generate a list, you'd probably want it free, or I don't know. What do you think, Mark? It's if it's low dollar, at least you're monetizing it to some extent.
Yeah, you could. What you could do, and this is one thing that I'm really big on. If you can offer, like I do coaching. I do have my own coaching business as well, so I offer coaching to people, but especially when you're really getting going in this, if you have something that's working, I'm telling you right now, people are willing to pay for one-on-one. They are. So that might be something that you want to do, especially if you've had some success with LinkedIn and you can show that you've had success with it. Really, right there, you've got some goods, that you can help people utilize it. You may even want to offer to them, just like, a couple, like 2 30-minute sessions, one-on-one sessions for, $97 or something like that. Or just at the end, say if you're interested and you'd like some personal coaching from me, send me a message. I'll let you know how it works and, get with them. The cool thing about it is that you're building relationships with these people because they're investing in themselves, which is a good thing. See, the one thing I look for when I do a coaching client is I'm looking for somebody who is in action mode. I'm looking for somebody who is, they're not afraid to invest in themselves. I'm looking for people that are, really pumped and excited to take it to the next level, And those are the kind of people I look for. There's people I don't want to coach, I just don't. And you can tell usually fairly quickly.
For it would separate the wheat from the shaft, I suppose.
Yeah.
So what? So you're saying like 2 30-minute coaching sessions potentially for like $97 or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. You could just say that. Look, there's a lot we can do with this. I am offering some one-on-one coaching if you'd like. Here's my email. Send me an email. I'll give you a call. We'll chat real quick, see if it's something you want to do, and then do it. But I'm telling you, people are willing that. Yeah, go ahead.
So I shouldn't bring up that there's any charge for the coaching on the actual webinar, and just wait for them to contact me and let them know, or should I say something about that?
Well, what you could do, and it kind of pre-qualifies them, and you could just say something like, I do offer coaching, some initial coaching sessions. If you'd like to get more information on my coaching, you can shoot me a message. We'll talk, and I'll chat with you. That kind of implies that, hey, it's coaching. I'm not doing it for free.
Yeah, I'm not just going to give an hour or 2 of my time away for free. Okay, got it.
I'm telling you right now, guys, and this is very, very important, you have to value your time, okay? And you have to, because I'm telling you, we're in an industry where there's a lot of people that come in and they're freeloaders, you know, and I understand people are in different areas of their life, but there are people that will just suck you dry, and I've had it, trust me, I've gone through it, and they don't want to pay you a dime, you know, and your time is the most valuable thing you have. It's like if I give you an hour of my time, I'll never get that back for the rest of my life. That's 1 hour I've taken away from my business to help you. You know what I mean? And that is essentially what it is. So you have to really put a value on that, because if you don't value your time, other people won't either. You know?
Well, I have been building teams for 30 years, so I do feel like I've got something going on here.
Yeah. So
I just haven't monetized my knowledge. I don't know why, but I've been slow to do that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's about monetizing. I mean, you think about it, knowledge is worth a lot. I mean, if you have the knowledge of how to do something and you get results with it and you can show that other people have gotten results with it too, that's very valuable. You know, it's very valuable, and you can't be afraid to say, this is I'll absolutely help you. I'd love to help you. This is what I charge for my time. Take it or leave it. If you don't want it, cool.
What I needed.
No?
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
That'd be a way to help you monetize it. Okay?
Right.
So.
Okay, I have some questions. Me next.
Yeah. Go ahead, Cindy.
Hi. Hey, some technical questions.
Mm-hmm.
Are you better off doing it with two people? Because I've not been behind the scenes in webinars on air. I've only been up, front like this. Because there's the chat to utilize. Because I've been using the 22 social app, and it really helps to have somebody watching the comments, or you have to have a second computer that's easier to watch comments. Is it the same thing with webinars on air?
Yeah, it is. If you want to do it with somebody else, absolutely. I mean, there's a dynamic there with two people that's different. Like my buddy Frank. I don't know if you guys know Frank, the bluesman, but when we do webinars together, we're really good. We key off each other, and so anytime you can have, two people, that's always a good thing. Where you can support one another or whatever. But it's really up to you. It's kind of how you work it. If you're doing like a JV partnership with somebody, and it's always good you have that feedback, and you like I said, you key off of each other. But it's totally up to you. I mean, it really is. It's totally up to you.
So you don't need to have two people. I mean, but you're going to need to monitor the chat at the same time that because like in this forum, we can't see the chat. So,
right, or you just disable the chat while you're doing your presentation, which I personally would kind of recommend.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the chat can become a very huge distraction.
Yes.
And I've actually been on webinars before where here's the guy or gal, they're giving like incredible killer information that can be life changing, and they're in the chat chatting about the latest movie at the box office. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I saw that last Friday. It was great. And it's like, so you want to be careful to monitor those distractions, because it will, and especially if you're trying to sell something on a webinar, you want to keep those distractions to a minimum. You want to keep people focused as much as possible. And it's like Jim Rohn said, people, getting a team of people to actually, like, in a group of people, it's like herding cats, It really is. I mean, people, we're funky people, and it's the same way, like in an MLSP, the leadership, EMT, sometimes like trying to get everybody on the same page is just like, it's crazy. And so that's the best thing. Try and keep the distractions to a minimum. I personally would disable it, so you wouldn't even you could put, what you could do is enable the Q&A and say if you have questions throughout, just put in the question and come right back to the presentation, and then at the end we'll answer questions.
Right. That's going to be my next one. Keep the Q&A on then the whole time.
Right. And you can just keep the Q&A enabled. That way, they can at least get their question put in there and off their head, and then back to the presentation.
Another question. I've been doing trainings on Hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of stopped doing it here temporarily for a short while.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got some trainings out there, and I was thinking what I want to do is kind of resurrect those and do that for my webinar, because I already have it all put together. You know,
Yeah.
how to use Facebook for business basically is, you know, one of them. But I've got the videos already on YouTube. Do I want to go in and make them unlisted then if I'm going to start doing webinars on air and redoing all those trainings that I've done already, but do them through webinars on air to get the...
I mean, honestly, like, you know, and I know, Craig, you were asking this too about some of your old videos. I would just leave them on there. I mean, honestly, like, you know, because some people are like, I look at my old videos and really they suck. Should I just get rid of them? I'm like, you know, leave them. You know, leave them. I mean, you know, what's funny is that sometimes you can go back and look at your own. I think if you can't laugh at yourself, you're being way too serious. So for me, there's one of my old videos when I was, you know, my very first video I ever did. And it's kind of funny. I look at it and I'm like, that has got to be the worst video I think I've ever done. But I can laugh at myself about it, you know. I'm sure there's some floating around. What's that?
You need to post that one in the group so we can all have fun.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I deleted it now that you mention it. No, I'm just kidding.
The one thing about that is you can always, when people are afraid to make a video, show something that's really bad and say, look, this is where I started. Yeah. Now this is where I am. So
it's true. I got to do a search on it.
A lot of it. So don't be afraid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even Eric Worre, if you go back to his first video, he was very nervous.
Yeah.
And he did videos every day for years.
And you know, here's the thing, you know, and Eric Worre, you know, he's got a little bit of an audience even when he started, but look at that. He's a prime example. Is there anything really fancy about Eric Worre's videos? Not really. I mean, he's the same background almost every video. He's sitting on his desk or at the table, wherever he is, and it's just he delivers a quick, short message, and it's poignant, to the point, and people love it. He's a great example of being a really, you know, building a good audience with video, you know. And I remember, look, I was around when he started, you know, when he started doing his thing, and it was very small when he first started, and it just grew to be a big beast, you know. And so, yeah, pretty cool. I remember. Well, I think I'm a friend of his on Facebook. You know, when he actually had space on his Facebook account. You know. So. Well,
he has more likes. He's like, I want 350 likes or something like that on his page. I mean, like really a lot. 350,000.
Yeah, 350,000. Really I remember when he was at like. I remember when he reached his friend limit and he said, "Okay, we're gonna start a page. Come over here." You know. Because we can't go over 5,000 friends, so we're gonna start a page. Come over here and like it. I remember that. It was a lot. You know, ago. Now it's at 350,000. That's crazy. So.
Yeah. Wild. Do you ever use events to promote your webinar, and do they work?
I like to use events. There's just people out there that get ridiculously pissed off when you use them, and the truth is, and I understand why people get mad. Because people mass invite all their friends, and there's people that abuse it and use it for spam. You know, there's people that use it. There was a time when people were using events to promote their blog posts.
Oh, wow.
Come over and look at my blog post. There are people that are using them to send people to capture pages, and it's like, so eventually what happens is everybody starts getting annoyed, and and now, you know, I still like to use them occasionally. But if you're going to use it, make sure that it's for a legitimate event, which I know you are. But just invite people that you think would want to come. Yeah. Try not to mass invite people. You know.
Well, and that's time consuming, because I've used that before for other events.
Yeah.
And you've got to go through your list and check and check and check, and it takes me half hour, 45 minutes just to go through and select who I want.
Yeah.
I have so many friends, and so that's kind of a pain in the butt. and we haven't gotten that good a response, but it was for something completely different from what I'm talking about now. So maybe it just...
And sometimes, honestly, that's probably the best way would be maybe to do an event and run just some ads to your event, and try that. But honestly, I mean, there was a point when they worked pretty well, and I think people are becoming more and more immune to them. So it's kind of difficult. I personally, what you might want to do is do a video ad. Do a video, talk about what you're going to be talking about for 2 minutes, have a link right above you in the description, and then at the end, just tell people, click the link, get registered, and come on out and check it out.
And I will tell you from experience that the Facebook event response ads do not work.
Yeah.
I paid I don't know how much per click and got nothing out of it, and it was a waste of my money. So I went back to page likes and post page engagement and did much better that way.
I mean, the events used to work, but I honestly don't really use them anymore. I don't. It's been a while. I mean, it's been a while since I've really used them. But they can be powerful. But like I said, people really over the last 6 months to 9 months, they've become more and more ineffective. But I haven't really used it, so I can't say for sure. But I just see a lot of people bitching about it all the time.
So you mean the money that I just spent on my ad for an event is going to be not money well spent?
Well, I would closely monitor it.
Yeah.
Definitely closely monitor it because I can get some awesome results on ads. I've done a lot of. I'm in a mastermind on Facebook marketing, and we've got an awesome trainer in there as far as how to make your ads really, how to get the good low CTRs and the high CTRs and the low per click rates, but you got to go into your ads report and keep checking it, and if it's going to be a dud, just shut it off and do like what Mark was saying, and do a video ad and send them over to the event. But that Facebook events response type ad, it was a waste of money. And I have seen it used, again, in this mastermind I'm at, somebody did use it. It was high. It was like $1.50 per response, but they have a huge audience that they're going to, and they did get a good response from it, but it cost them a lot of money.
And just because somebody clicks that they're going doesn't mean they actually register, That's the bad. So, but the thing is, here's the key: is you have to test it for yourself, Faith. And the other thing is, welcome to the world of marketing. If I can tell you how many ads I've put up that have been complete and total duds. Like when I ran a like campaign and I was paying $6 a like, it was like, oh my gosh, that's not good.
So, quick question on this. Would it be better to do a promoted post video ad or just a regular video ad? Which would be more advantageous, or just do an A/B test?
Well, you could do a promoted post if you have a fairly decent fan base. If your fan base is growing and you have how many fans do you have? How many likes?
It's like 1,800.
Okay. Yeah, you might be able to get some traction on that, So that's something to consider.
Or would it be better just to do a video ad? Because I'm doing it with when I've been doing my ads, I'm doing it targeted. Because I took Matt's, the guy that does all the Facebook marketing, Facebook mastery course. I took one of his webinars. I listed like 18 webinars. It was crazy. And he was talking a lot about more niche down, get very, very specific about who your avatar is, your perfect client, perfect customer. So I've got all my demographics in there, even for my promoted posts. But would it be better to do a regular video ad versus a promoted post, or you just have to test it?
You have to test it. If you have an active fan base, then a promoted post would be good to them. If they're not incredibly active, then you may just want to set a video ad up and target it to who you want it to go to.
Okay.
Now you can target. you can target a promoted post. It doesn't have to be.
You can target
right.
too, promoted
You
posts.
can target, which is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I learned a marketing blitz once that really worked. But you had to have a page like promotion going, your page post engagement ad going, and you boosted the post. And I did that over one weekend, and I picked up a couple of network marketers in the Philippines. That was my market at the time.
Yeah.
So you can do a blitz and do multiple things at once if you want to do that.
Yeah.
And again, it's going back to your ads reports every day, maybe twice a day if you've got a lot going on, and pulling those ad reports up and looking at your stats and seeing how everything's going, and tweak your market, tweak your whatever you've got going, where you've got it at, and I love that stuff. It's so much fun. But
I'll probably be consulting with you, Cindy.
well, we can exchange information on LinkedIn and ads, because LinkedIn is someplace, it's like where no man has gone before. I've never gone before. I mean, I've got a profile in there. No woman has gone before. But I've got a profile in there, but I don't really use it. So
yeah, I completely understand.
So yeah, in the end, just test out, find out what works best for you, and run it. I've got one of the things that I'm actually considering doing, and I don't, you guys may or may not find value in this, but I'm looking at right now, like I don't know about you guys, but I'm really enjoying like the morning calls, and I think what I'm going to be doing is, and I'm just throwing this out there, but I'm probably going to start up another mastermind, something like this, once we finish. I'm not sure how I'm going to structure it. I've been talking with Robin, but one of the things is like I'm literally going to. My goal in 2015, honestly, is I really want 25 people to have their first 5-figure month, and I'm really committed to helping 25 people do that. So I really want to, focus on that. So I'm putting together like a little program to help people do that, but I don't want it to be like a ton of people. I want it to be a fairly tight-knit group of people, and being able to do this over the course of a couple months to really help people ramp up and build a list. Because really, that's where building a list is, a lot of what we're doing is awesome, and it's the foundation, and that's what I'm trying to show you guys with the daily videos and the content and all that. But if you really want to pour gasoline on it, we need to focus in and start getting that list building for you too, because that's like pouring gasoline on what you're already doing. And if we can really ramp that up, there's no reason we can't have more people having their first 5-figure month.
Great. So, I love it.
So we'll be talking about that. We'll get working on that. But right now Robin's like feverishly. What were we up to, like 2:30 in the morning, Robin? Oh, you're muted. Yeah. What was it?
That's what time I got up.
I told Robin. I mean, now you're welcome to you're a true marketer now, man. Robin's like, he's hardcore. But what we're doing is the entire membership site is going to be moved over to Infusionsoft, and that's just a beast. So we're moving and doing all that at the moment. So as soon as that happens, we're gonna let everybody know. We're gonna switch it over, and so that's kind of where a lot of our focus is at the moment. But as soon as we get that going, we're gonna get this mastermind deal going, because I'm committed to helping more people, man. I don't know about you, but I really want to help you guys do it. So.
Yeah, and building a list is, I have to confess, has been the thing that I have just not done. It seems like I get into the mechanics of, I love the ads, I love the metrics, I love the, learning this and learning that, and I've been hopping from one course to another course to another course. I'm in two right now. Well, the other one just finished. I was in the Instagram as well as this, and building the list is the one thing I can't seem to connect my dots to get to the list. And without that, I got no business.
Yeah.
And
Relationship with the list, of course.
Yeah. It is, and we're there's definitely some things that will help you in doing that, and a lot of it is just being the uniqueness that you have, and really tapping into that. But there's certain things you can do, and it's a little bit, I love systems. Like I love MLSP. I love what they're doing. I don't know if you guys have seen the funnelizer last night.
Awesome.
It's freaking amazing. I mean, the funnelizer is just off the hook. I mean, I've been playing around with it, building funnels. I have funnels built out in 90 seconds. I mean, it's like boom, 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 boom.
I
boom,
like that. Speed. Ease and speed.
Yeah. So, I'm really going to be focusing heavily on MLSP here, so that's going to be something that'll really help this dedicated group too. Using their tools and stuff. But, there's going to be some fun stuff here. I mean, but being unique is one of the things, and systems like MLSP are awesome. However, there's some things that you want to do that make you stick out above other people. And because if you have 1,000 people out there that are promoting the same thing and they're all saying the same thing, what's so unique about it? There's tremendous value in a system like MLSP, tremendous value. But the one thing I found is that the more unique you can be and you highlight your specific strengths, it will ratchet up what you're doing. I taught this to one of my coaching clients, one of my one-on-one coaching clients. Literally had his first 30 lead day, just based on what I showed him how to do, and it was off the charts. Another one of my coaching clients, Mary Noonan, she had her first 22 lead day, and so there's little things that you do that will just make you stand out like a sore thumb, and it makes it almost impossible to ignore you, and we figure out how to, I kind of help. My goal is to engineer that so that, Faith is sticking out like crazy and it's unique to her, and Cindy does her thing and it's unique to her, and Craig does his thing, it's unique to him. And nobody's like, everybody's different. They bring you bring your own unique flavor, and that's what I try to help people tap into, because that's what's going to make you, it's going to make you stand out. So
exactly.
Where can we get information on your coaching program?
Well, just send me over a message with your phone number. We'll talk individually. I can run you through some of what we do. We are going to do this mastermind thing too, so this is something. Because there's really a lot of power. Yeah, there's a lot of power in, I do very limited one-on-one. I work with people, but my goal too is to not only do the one-on-one, because the one-on-one is great and I love that, and part of that is also tying people into the group as well, because there's power in the group, in the mastermind in the group.
I love masterminds.
Yeah, so. But it's also nice to have the one-on-one. I do like to work with people individually because there's a lot more I can do there. But so yeah, just hit me up, Craig. Send me your phone number. We'll talk, and I'll fill you in, and we'll figure something out. Cool. But there's a lot of power in what we're going to be doing here in 2015. So definitely want some people to run with.
I just also wanted to say that I'm going to be jumping into podcasting next year, so I've putting my show together. Yeah. So I'm super psyched about that. It's just another place to build an audience.
Yeah,
and that kind of thing.
That'd be great.
Mark, you're mentioning about how negative the chat can get during a webinar.
Yeah.
The webinar that we were on last night, there was one gal in there that just kept saying, I want to get up, I don't have any money, I'm broke, and I don't get paid, and everybody was trying to respond to her, so she had stopped, and she just kept on and on. I was going, man,
that's it.
Distraction.
It is, and that's the thing, that chat. The chat is super awesome. It builds like this little bit of, like glue. It's like this excitement, and then as soon as somebody dumps their negativity, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It just everybody's pumped, and then somebody throws like some junk in there, and it's like, oh man, you just killed it.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful with those chats, and the chats like. Like on GoToWebinar, people send a question, but nobody else can see it but me. There's sometimes people put negative stuff in there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, awesome, skip. Hey, Yay! All right. You know. Delete.
That's on GoToWebinar?
Yeah, on GoToWebinar. But GoToWebinar is a lot more expensive. It's nice.
How much do you spend, Mark, on GoToWebinar?
Well, the base package for 100 people is $70 a month, which isn't bad, but.
How much of it goes? You eventually get up to like 500 a month or something like that.
Yeah, I don't. Well, what's kind of nice about it is you can do the $70 a month, and that's the base. If you do a webinar and you think you're going to get more than 100 people, like during my launch, I upgraded my account because I was having, webinars. I had 400 people on that very first webinar, and we had like 1,000, like 1,200 people register, so about 400 or 500 shows up. But I had to upgrade it. So what's nice is the upgrade, the 500 a month is like $275 a month, 500 people. But if you need it for one webinar, you can upgrade, use it that night, and then you can downgrade it afterward, and they'll refund you the money. So it's so you can upgrade it for one night. They can do it right within your account. They allow you to do that. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is nice. So you pay them for the day, and then because I'm not going to keep paying $300 a month if I don't need it,
Yeah, because you've got all these things that you're paying for. I mean, it adds up after a while.
Yeah. So, What's that?
I was saying, when do you want to use GoToWebinar versus webinars on air?
Well, I personally for me, because if I do a selling webinar, I'll get quite a few people registered. So I want to make sure that I don't have any hiccups. And webinars on air is great for getting started and helping you get started. But what I don't like about it is if I'm doing a selling webinar, there's delay on it because of Google. It's not webinars on air fault. It's more Google than anything. But there's a delay. There's more potential for some hiccups there because Google is very finicky. So if I'm doing a selling webinar, I pretty much will use GoTo. I only use Hangouts now. Even if I don't have a selling webinar, a lot of times I'm using GoTo because really, honestly, I just want to use this more for Hangout style like this. I'm kind of using them more for Hangouts and stuff because they're very powerful. So.
You really, if you're really doing a launch or you're selling a product, you want to have that best presentation that you can have. You don't want to have you don't want to have to worry about technical challenges.
Yeah, you want to keep the technical challenges to a minimum, and GoTo is very, very solid. Webinars on air is too, but it's Google that causes the issues. And that's a lot of times where you see issues hopping up, like even today. I don't think it was GoToWebinar or webinars on air. It's more Google, You
can't control that. Not that you can control any of it. But,
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
GoTo is only a PowerPoint, though, right?
No, they have video on there too. You can pop your video on.
And you can pop people on too. I've been on those where people have come on.
Yeah. Well,
how do you do for the link for your product? Is it just? I know it's real easy with webinars on air. You just click a button, but.
Well, you can put a link in the little chat box and send it to everybody, and they can get a link there. Or you just create a short link, and you put it on your presentation, and then they can go to like I would say markharbert.com/ like I did a JV webinar with Jessica over the summer, for her 10K, her 10K thing. So it was to buy her course, go to markharbert.com/10K. It was real simple, You keep it simple like that so people can go there and, they can put it in with no problem. Right. Yeah. Well, guys, listen, I hate to run. I got to run, though. My parents are coming over. We're doing an early Christmas because they're going out of town.
Great.
All righty.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
So you have shopped already, huh?
Yeah, I've done some shopping. I got a little bit more to do. I'm going to do that first part of next week, but don't tell anybody, but that's why I canceled the call on you yesterday. I was out all day yesterday.
Hey, I saw what you said on Facebook about the car thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a car. We got a car last night. So.
Congratulations. Which one did you get?
We bought a. I will never buy a new car again. I don't do it. But I got a 2013 Honda CR-V. It's nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
That's a nice Christmas present.
Well, you know, think about this. Think about this. You buy like a new car, okay, and immediately you drive it off the lot and you just lost $3,000. You know, you might as well have just thrown it out the window. You know, that's the way I see it. So it's like we got a new car and it's only like a year and a half old. There's hardly any miles on it, and we just saved $8,000. You know, because the depreciation goes down, and so I tend to follow. I actually got that idea from a lot of reading wealthy books where people talk about they'll never buy a brand new car because they just can't do it, you know, because it's like they know as soon as they leave, it's, you know, they're losing money on it. So, but it's great. I love it.
A little bit different. A lease is different, I think.
Yeah,
those
probably
are
a little different.
And I don't know. I've heard a lot of horror stories with leases. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. My credit's so freaking bad. You
mean they don't want to lease you a car, Mark?
Yeah, my credit's. I mean, it's crazy, man. Like a few years ago, man, we went through like financial like ruin. You know, lost our house, cars, everything had to turn in. You know, this is just a few years ago. You know, before I really started, you know, having some success online. So, you know, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So
they don't know you're the Mark Harbert yet.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You can tell the bank, yeah, you know, how much you make. Oh, let's see. Last month I made $50,000 or $30,000, and yeah, we don't care. You know, we don't care. You don't have a W-2? No.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah,
it's a crazy system.
You can tell them I made $100,000 last month, and they don't care. You know, they just don't. You know, you can tell them that, and it'll be like. It goes in one ear and out the other.
It's not steady, guaranteed month-to-month income that they can do their calculations on.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for. Well, the guy even told me, you saw on my Facebook thing, he said, you know, they don't like, the banks don't like self-employed people. If you make $10 an hour, we could get you a loan, no problem. I'm like,
it's crazy. Well, you know what? We're starting a revolution.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about.
Mark, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Great doing this with
Mark.
you.
All right, guys, you rock. Yep, appreciate it, and have fun. You guys are awesome.
You too.
You're awesome.
Thank you, Robin, for all you do behind the scenes. I think Robin.
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 I think Robin froze there on the screen. Oh, there he goes. Now he's good. Robin was like. Really, you guys don't realize it that Robin really makes me look good. You know, I mean, he really does. He does a lot of work behind the scenes. You guys don't even realize. I mean, he's awesome. So super appreciative of him. You know, he's great.
Love you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Mwah.
See you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the call.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.